This is HighFleet. By the way, if you are epileptic or are prone to any kind of disadvantage from flashing lights, this screen is probably going to be a problem for you. So feel free to avert your eyes and shut this down. This is HighFleet. It is the weirdest, craziest game. You know those old Moonlander games from like the early 80s? This is that, but a modern indie semi-tactical action game. How do I even explain it? Actually, the thing that's most important to explain about HighFleet is that it does not care about modern UX standards at all. It but in a very intentional way. I'm not saying that they messed it up. They just intentionally chose to sort of do this skeuomorphic take on old school technology. And so they basically decided to lean really hard into difficult and hard to manage UI that is sometimes very annoying. And it makes it very difficult sometimes to understand the game, but it feels like an intentional aesthetic choice. And so I'm inclined to sort of be forgiving towards it. Luke Plunkett wrote an article on Kotaku that talked about this, and you should check it out. It's called HighFleet is Kicking My Ass in the Best Way Possible. But yeah, it's hard to... So here's a nice illustration of it. When you hover your cursor over the button to start the game, it beeps relentlessly. Who wants that? No one wants that to happen. This is terrible, but they're like, no, this is the game you're playing. Deal with it, people, is what this game is saying to me. So, cool. So I've played through the tutorial and, like, the first mission sequence, and now we're out into, like, kind of the proper game, and I am still out of my depth. I don't really know what I'm doing. This will probably not be a very good illustration. This is not going to be a very good illustration of the game. It's going to be an illustration of a noob having no idea what he's doing, and also not even being able to talk. Apparently, is the situation that I'm in right now. So okay, so the setting of this, everything has got names that either sound Russian or Arabian. I think this is an alternate reality entirely. I don't think this has any resemblance, any like specific connection to our world, but it's kind of inspired by a couple of these different cultures. I am leading an airship fleet that's flying through the sky. We are from a falling empire, and there are rebels that are just taking over this area, and we're in kind of a hopeless situation. But we're making a run for this one city that we need to conquer in order to get an advantage against the rebels. It's called Khiva. So we were days away from departing for Khiva to begin our offensive when that strange Elayim in a golden mask approached me. An Elayim is, I don't know what it is. It seems like some kind of religious or cultural leader, because they wear an interesting mask. And I don't... This game just drops you right in the deep end of their lore, and it's just like, figure it out. I'm like, okay. So no Elayim could endure the open air for long, so many of them hide their faces. I'd grown used to that. So why can't they? I don't know. But this one was unlike the others. People began to whisper when he walked by. Other Eliams called him Al-Sahir, and treated him with particular reverence. I know that Dowd questioned him. He tried to get him to talk about the people who came with him on the Sevastopol, but he apparently didn't get very far. So yeah, so my ship is called the Sevastopol, which is, I think that's in... It's in Crimea. I don't know what country to say it's in. And so that says Eastern Europe, but this character that I'm about to talk to is named Al-Sahir, which sounds Arabian. So it's just this mix of these two cultures. This Elayim convinced the crew of Sevastopol to take the ship to Ur, and that's all we know about him. I cannot imagine what he did to convince them, but in doing this, he earned our eternal gratitude. Without without the cruiser on our side, I'm just going to be incapable of reading today. The Khiva offensive would be impossible. So there's this dude. Grand Duke, allow me to speak with you. This was the first time I'd ever heard his voice. The mask muffled it so much I couldn't discern his age. Oh, sorry. I know you hope the Tarkans of Garrett will support you against Khiva. The infamous Omar Khan has found refuge in the west of Ur. I believe he could be a loyal ally to you. If you meet him, I kindly ask you to give him this. The Master Lamb presents you with a small, delicate pot. The Lamb bows to you and leaves. What's inside the pot? In the very bottom of the pot, it's covered in a strange ointment. Its smell is strong and heavy, but quite pleasant. So a Tarkhan has found a refuge in the city to the west of here. It would make sense to seek him out. I picked the wrong game for a day when I can't read. Holy crap. Would you like me to brief you on the operation, Grand Duke? Okay, yeah, so I'm still in the tutorial zone, but this guy's going to give us sort of a layout of what's going to be going on here. So, very well. Our objective is to capture the Kiva reactor, which is up here on this node graph. So here's the Kiva reactor. The city of Kiva is in the northern reaches of Garrett. It's protected by the governor's own squadron. We need to force him out of the city. It's imperative that the reactor remain completely intact, which means that nuclear strikes against Kiva are not an option. However, we will face far worse threats to the success of this operation before we even reach Kiva. According to our intel, there are 5 gathering strike groups equipped with nuclear weapons somewhere in Garrett. I strongly suggest avoiding them at all costs. The strike groups move from city to city on average once a day. If the enemy spots us and has time to report it, strike groups will try to get as close to us and fire missiles. So we need to steer clear of them and track their movements at all times. Information about the movement of strike groups can be obtained from radio interception, or by capturing one of the troposcatter communication stations. Due to Garrett's vast size, the enemy has had to use these stations to send messages. Even one such station could supply us with priceless intel on the strike group's whereabouts, as well as the location of their aircraft carriers and their missile carriers. They've got so many things, all of which is of extreme importance if we are to prevail in this operation. The aircraft carriers, for one, can deploy attack aircraft from as far as 2,000 kilometers away. We must always keep this in mind. And lastly, there are also transport ships moving to and fro between the cities of Garrett. They are hardly if ever escorted and could be easy pickings for us. A captured transport ship could be quickly ransomed for a sizable sum in any city, Duke, and we could really use some extra funds. So, my title is Duke. I like to imagine that maybe my name is Duke and that I'm actually a character from G.I. Joe. But yeah, so this is sort of, it should remind you of other, like, say, roguelike type games, where you kind of progress through a node graph of locations, trying to pick the right way to go in order to get to a final destination. But they've got you can see from what the guy said, there are these invisible enemies that are moving around out here that I can either try to chase down or avoid. And the way that I avoid them is tuning to their radio signals when we pick up a signal, which is its own little puzzle game by itself. So we'll deal with that later. For right now, you can see right here, so the blue circle is my fuel range. It's how far I can get on the fuel that I've got. And actually, it says fuel 45%. Does that mean that I still need to refuel? Or what? Let's see. Let's hold down shift to let time pass. Okay, yeah, I'm not refueling right now. So so time passes in real time. You can see there's a clock up here. Not in real time. This is faster than normal time. But you can see that time is just progressing steadily. And if I hold down the shift button, it goes faster. So I need to go to a different town. So I'm just going to hold the shift key, and our fleet is going to move this way. We could encounter opposition. We could encounter a radio signal we have to decode. Tarkin, sir, shall we prepare a strike group? Oh, okay. So a strike group is when you split off some of your forces to go attack something without risking your main force. I'm not going to do that because right now we're at the very beginning of the game, and my strike group is very small. So let's hit them with everything we've got. So this is an enemy town that I think we have to liberate. Oh, the enemy has sent a warning message about our presence. The local garrison will sound the alarm and start looking for us. Okay, what does that mean? Before long, the strike groups will change course and head this way, but if they have any aircraft carriers, they'll probably send planes here first. The transport ships will change course as well and try their best to stay out of danger. By the way, the soundtrack is starting to get intense. Let me know if it's drowning me out at all. The transport ships will change course as well and try their best to stay out of danger. Either way, Grand Duke, the less enemy is warned about our presence, the better. Okay, so I don't know how to avoid that, though. Okay, so normally, in the past, when I've been playing the game, if I came to a place that had a diamond at it, we would just attack automatically. So what's going on? Why can't we either attack or land? Okay, here we go. I just needed to move slightly more to the right. Okay. So, I need to choose the order in which to risk our ships in this fight. So let's start with the little one and progressively go up to the big one. They've got these 3 ships here. So these 3 ships are going to be out in the battlefield all at once. And I need to decide in what order to risk my ships. Now, this rook here, I think, is actually the same size as these guys. My ships are just scaled down because it includes my massive flagship. So hopefully I will not need to risk my massive flagship. Hopefully I can defeat these enemies with the little ships before we need to risk the big one. Hard to be sure, though. Okay, so because I'm going to be in the middle of an intense battle, I'm not going to be able to explain things very well. Let me just sort of roughly describe what you're going to be seeing here. So we're going to be looking at a side-on view using Moonlander controls, of like flying these little ships and trying to keep them aloft and navigating them around the environment. Enemy ships are going to be shooting at me. I'll be shooting at them. My weapons fire in volleys, and then they have to reload for a while. Now, you can fire them continuously, but they'll fire at a very slow rate, and I'll likely miss people a lot. Because this is aircraft, you have to fire a lot of ordnance up there in order to hit anything. And so usually what they suggest that you do, and this advice is really, really good, is fire volleys at enemies, and then stop firing and focus on maneuvering and avoiding their fire while you recharge, and then fire another volley at the enemy. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm flying one ship at a time, and there's a retreat node that I can run to on the screen. If I run to that retreat node, the ship that I was playing will be sort of put away, and a new ship will be brought out to replace it. Now, in an ideal world, I'll only have to risk one ship, because I'll play well enough, I'll destroy the other ships without needing to retreat. But chances are that won't be how well it goes. So we'll just have to see how things happen. Oh, so Smug Rainbow Pony says, bold choice of them to hide part of the enemy ship's name with decor. Yeah, so again, this game is all about aggressively skeuomorphic UI. That is just like, no, yeah, somebody left a gun lying there. Deal with it. It's just sort of the attitude. It's really, really strange. Okay, so here we go. So that's me on the upper left. You can always tell which one is mine, because I've always got an arrow. There is a missile coming for me. I'm going to try to blow up before it reaches me. I succeeded. Okay. So yeah, you can see, okay, so my volley has slowed down. So now I actually need to get away from these ships. Let me fire. Oh wait, oh, this ship doesn't have missiles, I don't think. Okay, yeah. Oh, there's a missile coming after me. Oh, that hit me. Okay, that was bad. Okay. Okay, I usually hit B to deal with my fuel system being on fire. The glass was broken on my screen, so I couldn't even see my own UI. I'm going to hit the retreat node to get away. Okay, so now we've got another ship over here that's in better shape. Oh, this one has much smaller volleys, though. So I have to be really careful. You really want this guy to be close range so he doesn't miss. Or you have to not suck so he doesn't miss. I do not have any missiles. Dang. Oh, what is this? What? Wait, what hit me to black me out like that? That was crazy. Okay, so I'm missing constantly because I don't know how this game works. What is happening? Why is it going dark? Is it some effect from one of their weapons? Okay, finally I hit with one shot. Yeah, so this game is kind of like Luftrausers, only even harder to control than Luftrausers. So what is going on? Why is my screen darkening? This game has never explained this to me. Okay. Is it depicting my pilot panicking? Is that what we're seeing here? Okay, something bad. Oh, we're low on fuel? Is that what that's saying? I don't know. Okay, so here's our third vehicle. Okay, so yeah, so it's really hard to hit enemies from far away, and it's really easy to hit them from close up. But unfortunately, the inverse is also true. The enemy has a much easier time hitting you. So ideally, you want to Keep your distance from the enemy when they're firing. And then when they're done with a volley, then you come in close, get a volley out on them, and then get away again before they start firing at you again. Okay, so I'm starting to remember how to play this. Like, you're definitely seeing me without a lot of practice at first, but... Okay, when he says engine overheating, that's because I'm holding down the shift key to make the ship go faster. Okay, so I could continue with this victory, but I got my ships really, really damaged, and that did not go very well. So they always give you the option to retry, which is very helpful because some very, very simple accidents can happen. So let's flip these guys around. Let's say that Wanderer was actually really, really effective. The volleys from its like fast-firing weapons were just really, really good at taking the enemies down quickly. So let's start with the Wanderer this time, then move on to the Rook, then move on to the Lightning, and still save the Sevastopol for emergencies, and see if I can perform better this time around. Oh, interesting. So Cogs just looked it up and said that it looks like my characters were probably blacking out because I was accelerating so hard. That's a thing I had not encountered before. Yeah, so apparently that's a feature of that ship, that it's got such fast-firing... it's got such powerful rockets, basically, that the crew blacks out when you maneuver too hard. That is interesting. Okay, so I'm going to try... Ow, that didn't go very well. Okay, unfortunately, there are so many ships around me that they can sort of stagger their fire. What I was intending to do was avoid their fire and wait for a moment when I could really effectively get a volley off on them. But unfortunately, they're alternating their fire, which means that that strategy wasn't working. Now, hold on. I think I can restart immediately if I don't like the way I was performing at the beginning. So I really appreciate the fact that this game is not a roguelike. It is not trying to... It's not basically saying each thing that happens definitely happened, and you have to live with the consequences of your actions. Which, you know, because this game is intentionally so difficult to control, it's almost like, oh, they lose morale every time I restart? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, well, let's not restart again if we can help it. Okay, I don't know what morale is for, but I'm betting I don't like it to go really far down. Okay, there's a missile. You can have flares to make missiles go away. Okay, got that guy. Yeah, so this game has got a lot of systems that I just don't necessarily understand. Like, I don't know what morale is for. I don't know what happens if it gets low. Probably something bad. But how bad? Who knows? Okay. So that went really well. I don't know if that was worth all that morale loss. But that victory was much less costly than the previous one. There could be survivors on the surface, Duke. If we don't save them, people will talk. We could salvage something valuable, something we could sell in a city, and we could certainly use the money. But we must act quickly. The fire is spreading. It will consume the wreckage before long. And be careful out there, my Duke. Some of the things you find may be too dangerous. Wait, what does that mean? Okay, wait, there's a radio signal. Okay, so now we've got this whole radio signal deal to figure out. So, okay, so there's something coming in on this channel. You can see from the light. And so now we need to find where the signal is. So everything is slightly delayed. So you can see this little thing is rising while I move this dial. So there's something going on in this zone. And it looks like that might be the only place. Is it strong enough? I think this might not be strong enough for me to get. Hey, we rescued some people. Cool. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that's enough, because I think the next stage is... I think the next step was to manipulate the stuff down here, but I think I haven't found... Maybe the signal is just not strong enough. Oh, wait. Oh. There. Okay. You have extremely sensitive controls. So now we need to tune it even tighter over here. We got some ammo. Yay! There. Okay, so now I've tuned this, and now this thing is blinking. So now I hit that button, and we get a radio message. Pollux. Following the route Herbal Irdu something. Main cargo military something. Require provisions on arrival something. Okay, so I think that maybe I could have done a slightly better job of tuning in that radio message, and I would have gotten the complete message. And this would have told me where, it looks like it's trying to tell me where there's a vulnerable transport. But it doesn't actually say the name of the town where the vulnerable transport is. So I don't think I got enough information from that to be useful. That's how I understand it anyway. I'm really not sure. Okay, so now we're at Eridu. So we'll open up. And, okay, so these ships are not damaged. This ship is damaged. And so I'm going to land this ship so that I can... you can repair any of your ships at any town, but the ships that you land will be repaired more efficiently, more quickly. So I'm going to land the one ship that I actually got damaged. And now this is the Moonlander game. So I want to land this ship on the highest number that I can. These numbers look weird to me, though. 500 meters. So you can see there's a little readout, a little tiny symbol, a yellow symbol of my ship. That I'm actually steering right now, that will disappear when I get close to the landing pad. And so I could actually damage my ship while landing it and make repairs more expensive and more difficult. Nope. This is like very... So yeah, so everything is on a delay. So you start moving in one direction, and you can overcorrect because you don't see the results of your movements for a second. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I landed on a pretty cheap repair, a pretty not that effective repair place. If I had landed more carefully in like a tighter little area, then I would have gotten a bigger repair bonus. So, the caravan. A dozen colorful tents dot the sand on the edge of the city, surrounded by vehicles and scurrying servants, all signs of a visiting caravan. You decide to pay them a visit and ask them about current events. For some time, you enjoy the warmth of the caravan fire and hot coffee. Garrett has never seen such rain, the caravan leader tells you, shaking his head slowly. For the first time ever, it rained in Kayla, the third month in our calendar. We all said, the Almighty is blessed this year. Then in the month of San, it rained again. And the peasants were overjoyed. Come to us when the second moon wanes, they told us, and bring twice as many people, for there will be a great harvest. But when I visited them again, all joy was gone from their faces. Ever since we left, it had rained every week. The Sevcha never rose and began to rot, and the Samak had been struck down by a strange illness. These are end times, Grand Noyan. So I can ask them about all kinds of stuff, like hidden cities. There's a hidden city to the northwest of here. Okay, cool. All right, so first let's go to supplies to take care of the fact that we want to buy as much fuel as we can. So yeah, so we fill our fuel tanks, which gives us more ability to travel, and then go to the shipworks, where we can repair the ship that we landed. And so it's going to take 3.1 hours to repair the ship. I'm pretty sure it would have taken significantly longer if we hadn't landed this ship. So repairs are one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is buy equipment. So let's see, do these guys have any missiles? So these are all just ship components, and you can actually, as I understand it, you can actually edit the construction of your ship. Like, I think there's actually like a shipyard feature that lets you build ships from scratch, which I have not yet figured out how to use. It doesn't look like these guys sell armaments, though, which is too bad. It's all thrusters and parts, because none of my ships have missiles on them, and missiles are really, really valuable in combat. My ships have like hard points where I can attach missiles, but I don't actually have missiles. Except, oh wait, no. Okay, this guy does have one missile. The Wanderer does have one missile. So I could fire a missile. Or maybe, oh, are these missiles too? Okay, the Wanderer has missiles. The Rook and the Lightning, I think, do not have missiles, though I could install them. But the Wanderer does have missiles, so I should bear that in mind. I should remember that for the future. Okay, so we've got a repair queue set up. So yeah, so we rescued 2 people. I don't know, like, is there a readout somewhere of, like, how big my crew is? I don't know. But, okay, so let's rest here in Eridu. We'll let time pass while repairs complete and while we fuel. And then while we refuel, my people are also resting. You see the little green message over here that they're resting. Morale is still 7. Okay, so as they rest, as they complete this, their morale will go up again. So so basically the more time I spend resting in towns, the more retries I get, basically, in combat. So that's good to know. So yeah, so since I retried a bunch... Oh, hello. Grand Duke, sir, we spent too much time here. Sooner or later, someone is going to send a message to the governor. Okay, so let's just get up to 9. Boink. Okay. Let's see where we want to go next. So I don't know where the enemy is. There are places to... Okay, there's icons next to these towns, which I assume show their specialties. So this one's got a little satellite dish. Maybe that's the thing that lets me see where the enemy movements are. The one I'm at has a wrench, so that's probably a place to repair, but not to get weapons. Maybe Urkesh is where I would go if I wanted weapons, because it's got a little sword icon. I don't know. Let's go to Kala. And so, yeah, enemies are probably converging on that town. Oh, we have an airborne target. I could use your advice here, Piotr. Our radar displays a target as a short, thin line. The target is in the center of that line. Okay. The line grid on the radar screen is replicated on the map around our squadron. Use the pencil. The pencil? To mark the target's position on the map based on where it is on the radar screen. Okay, so I can take the pencil. What the heck? Okay, so here's our ship and here's our radar screen. Okay, so it's 2 quadrants out. Kind of in the middle of the... It's right behind Kala, I think. So I can take the pencil, and I can say... It's about there? Okay, well, what does that do for me? That's weird. That's so weird. Okay. Okay, so there's a new target. Let's... Tarkin, sir, should we prepare a strike group? Nope, let's just bring the whole fleet in. Oh, wait, we've got a radio contact. Hold on. Before we continue, it's on this channel. Okay. And then... let's try this. Expect in Ior going blank my route Kala Eridu cargo slaves ready to provide fuel. Okay, so somebody's going from Kala to Eridu, which means they're just basically right in my way. Well, I already knew that because I'm about to run into them. So, great. Good to know. Let's continue. Oh, they passed right by me. Oh, neat. So if I'd wanted to intercept them, I could. But I decided I didn't want to intercept them. So now, I don't know if that was a battle that I actually wanted to have or not, but... Okay, so these guys only have 2 enemies, but I don't know if I've seen this attack corvette before. It might be really hard. So let's go with the same arrangement. I really like the Wanderer. Okay. So there's the guy on the right. So the Wanderer has got missiles. So after this guy fires a volley... I'll fire a missile at him. So he should be defenseless against the missile. Haha! Now missiles have to be replenished when you're repairing your craft, so they're expensive, but worth it for ending a battle quickly. Okay, so Smug Rainbow Pony says that it looks like my crew is at 125%. I don't know where you're seeing that number, or where you saw that number. My fuel's at 75. This might not be the place where you saw that. Oh, there it is, crew 125. Okay, I see it now. Okay, good. So I assume that means that I've got enough people that we can even lose some people and my ships would still be operating at full capacity. Okay, so if we stick around here, we'll find survivors. We'll search the radio room. That seems valuable. We'll dismantle something for parts, I guess? Okay, so I didn't see this last time. I didn't see... Okay, so I'm clicking things. What does clicking mean? Does it mean that... okay, so I'm actively doing this. And I got kindness -1 because I didn't... Oh, I didn't search that thing fast enough. Okay, so I didn't understand... I don't know what that was. Okay, so I didn't understand how this works. So apparently I need to click these actions and decide which ones to spend time on, and some of them are going to go away. And so I need to make sure that I'm doing the ones that I care about first. And then I actually got like a kindness negative rating because I didn't spend time searching for survivors. The thing is, I thought that I was searching for survivors. I didn't realize I had to click it to make it happen. So, okay. So again, let's land the Wanderer, and this time let's try to find... Oh, okay, so that other place, it actually had unusually high numbers because it was a repair place. This is a signals place, so it's not going to have as good numbers on the repair platforms. Down below, you see, like, I'm aiming for this 34 that actually is going to be really hard to hit. But yeah, and this one, the 34 is the biggest number. Well, as the last one, the biggest numbers were in like the multiple hundreds. Oh, great. So yeah, unfortunately the guides go away once you get close enough.
100 meters. Everyone get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Touchdown confirmed.
There we go.
Complete.
The caravan! Another caravan. Life is too tough. We used to move at night to stay safe away from clans and their ships, but now our caravans are disappearing even in the dead of night. We thought it was the work of pirates, so we went to them to pay the customary ransom, but the clans knew nothing of our missing caravans. Take heed, Grandnoyan. Something is amiss in the desert. The end times are nigh. Okay, they said there's a hidden city to the southwest. I don't know why I'm interested in that. I don't know what benefit I get from it. So yeah, so I could fill up my fuel tanks to 99%. Let's repair this ship. Won't take that long. And let's see what they have for sale here. Again, it looks like it's just parts, nothing special. So, cool. Grand Duke, we've captured a troposcatter communication station. It will supply us with intel on enemy movements until they realize what has happened. Okay, but I don't know what this means. They've given me a bunch of stuff and I don't know what it means. Oh, okay, so here's some... Okay, here's the route of that guy. And this guy has got a route, right? Okay. I don't know how to use this information. Okay, so each time I click one of these, something is added to the map. The problem is I don't know what it was that I got. Okay, so there is a hidden city that was northwest of Eridu and southwest of Kala. So I'm actually kind of inclined to go find out what this hidden city deal is all about. But I'm also kind of inclined to see what happens if I attack one of these sort of mobile other fleets. I don't even know what to expect to find in there. And so maybe... Okay, let's repair. But maybe we don't want to refuel. Maybe we want to actually get on the move before these guys have moved too far. Let's keep refueling and resting. Get our morale up. Okay, we're done refueling. So let's actually head in this direction just to see if we can find this hidden city. Okay, so Devankin looks like somebody who actually understands this game. They're giving me some advice. They're sorry that it takes me a while sometimes to notice somebody talking in the chat. So Devankin says if morale is low, there's a high chance that ships are going to leave the fleet. Gotcha. Okay, so I need to keep my morale high because otherwise I could lose entire ships. That's good to know. And then Devankin also says that SG is strike group, TAC is missile carriers. So it would have been nice for the game to tell me that, but whatever. What's trade? Is trade like vulnerable ships that I can raid for stuff? So by the way, early on, Jedi Citrix thought that this was HighFleet instead of HighFleet, and thought that sounded really good. And now John Bloke is saying, yeah, can we break for Pi yet? My brain hurts. Same. Okay. Let's move in this direction just because I'm really curious what this hidden city deal is all about. Oh. Radio signal. Select the right band. Okay. Well, that was garbage. All right. Okay, yeah. So Divinkun says that, yeah, those trade fleets are actually... Those are vulnerable targets that I could take out to make money. So, good to know. Let's continue on to where I thought that hidden city would be. Okay, here's a problem. I went to a place that was roughly where I was supposed to go. Oh, wait. Radio signal. Maybe this is where we find... it's in that direction, I guess? Maybe this is what helps us find the hidden city? Okay. I'm going to try to tune this all the way over and grab it. We'll arrive approximately 9 hours, speed this, heading north-northwest, cargo electric equipment, refuel on arrival. Okay, that still doesn't tell me very much. And that has nothing to do with the hidden city. Okay, I'm vaguely where it says I need to be, but there's no city, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, So Smoke Rainbow Pony says, this game reminds me of Cultist Simulator in some ways. If you mean, like, the entire game is to... Oh, wait, no, what's this? Some kind of... Oh, this is where I got the radio message. Got it. Oh, wait, so... Divinkun says that there will be roads and things. Hold on a second. Okay, so I didn't realize that I could actually see the terrain below me. Okay, let's do some more radio tuning just because. Carrying slaves, okay. So something in that direction is carrying slaves. I'm fascinated now, though, by the idea that I can try to navigate by the appearance of the ground. Is this... What would a hidden city look like under here, though? I see what look like little settlements, but... Divinkun says, turn on ground radar model. It'll make it easier. What's the... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I've turned on ground radar. Is that what this is? Okay, so there's something... That direction? Oh, wait. Oh! What? Okay, it's right there, apparently. I don't know what made me find that time instead of other times, but... Okay. This game is very confusing. So I'm going to go try to land. Apparently this, my ship has still got damage. I'm not sure why, but...
500 meters.
I'm going to try to repair down here.
300 meters.
Yeah, so again, like, the effects of the buttons you press are delayed a little bit, which means you could overpress and then not find out you overpressed until you see the consequences. That's how a lot of the navigation in this game works. So it's about sort of getting a feel for how much thrust you need to get where you're going before you get feedback on the actual thrust. Smoke Rainbow Pony says, apparently the Hidden People message was there the whole time, and I just missed it because, I don't know, I'm an idiot. The city of the Hidden People welcomes your squadron with great excitement. Its entire population pours into the street to meet you. The children run to and fro with shouts of glee, the men offer their solemn greetings, and the women rush to you with flowers. The doyen of the city promises to help your squadron in any way he can. No one fears the gathering here, and everyone wishes your endeavor to succeed. Ooh. Wait, a bunch of missiles? They gave me missiles! This place doesn't look half bad. What do you say, Duke? Pyotr looks around the valley. Should we perhaps stay here and found a colony of our own? Half joking, Pyotr grins. You don't remember the last time you saw him in such high spirits. Oh, I can imagine it. Dowd joins in the conversation. You'd make a fine farmer, General. Why not? Pyotr Ignatievich answers unexpectedly seriously. I'm an old man, Sharif. Living out my autumn years in peace and quiet doesn't sound bad at all. Okay, so let's go to the shipworks. Now, did they really give me missiles? Now, first off, actually, let's repair this thing. That'll take an hour. And looks like, yeah, we have missiles in our hold. Okay, cool. Heat-seeking anti-ship missile. Radar homing turbojet-powered cruise missile. Okay, looks like this ship already has missiles. But let's see if we have a place to install them in here. Can I just... No. Okay, looks like there's no hard points for them here. What about this one? I could have sworn... Here we go, yes. So, there's hard points here where I can install these anti-air missiles. And then... Oh. Yeah. Let's save that. All right, and then the Rook already has bombs. Okay, so it doesn't need any new bombs. Does the Lightning have room for bombs? It does have room for bombs. Let's give it bombs. Sometimes you have to deal with, like, anti-air installations on the ground. So having bombs can be really useful. Okay, so because I've changed the design of the ship, I had to decide if I wanted to save it. I think we're good now. Does the Wanderer need bombs? Oh, the Wanderer can have bombs. Now, there's probably a downside to me installing these bombs. Like, they add weight or something and cause problems. I'm assuming. Whatever. All right. I think we're good here. And then supplies. I did use a lot of fuel finding this place, so let's buy some fuel. Now, I'm starting to lose cash. So let's let some time pass here. Let our repairs happen. Oh, another radio signal. You know what? I want to ignore the radio signal. I don't care this time. Nope. Spend a lot of time on the radio. Fine, fine. This person's just calling and calling and calling. Okay, that's moving just a little bit. Not a very powerful signal. Okay, whatever. They're encoding their communications now, Grand Duke. Next time we have a wreckage to inspect, we should look for a radio room. Maybe we can find the keys to their code. I will leave all the encryption-related materials we found here. What the heck? Okay. I guess once I found an encryption key, that will matter. Okay, so now I think I've lost a lot of my intel about where enemy is. So, like, they're still marked, like, okay, when I was here... Okay, so looking over this radio signal icon, it says, when I was here, I heard a signal to the northeast 68 hours ago. Then if I click this, it'll say it's following this route. And that, like, I really have to... It's like I really am a radio operator in a place like this. Like, what the heck? Okay, let's head this direction. Let's head that... took me a while to figure out that the reason I wasn't making any progress was because the radio was... No.
Attention, new target on the radar.
What? New target on the radar? Where? To the north? Okay, so I can mark... I've already marked that one. It's right there. Yeah, it's Kala, right? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so maybe I want to intercept this guy, so let's just head this direction and see what happens. Herbal here has weapons to buy, so that seems worthwhile. Okay, this is Buffoon. This is a target that I got a radio message from. Okay, I'm having trouble figuring out... There we go, okay. Right. Okay, there's only this one ship, so not too worried about it. Hey there, buddy. Oh, had a missile. Ah! So I could end this fairly quickly with a missile, but... So, okay, so this guy is mostly about missiles. He's kind of tough. We all have limited missiles, though. You can't just carry infinite missiles. It's like real... Like, you know... In video games, you're used to just having, like, tons and tons of missiles. Like, a typical jet will carry, like, what? He'll have, like, 4 missiles on it or something, and he's got to carefully choose when to use them. That's kind of the situation we're in here. By the way, notice it in the bottom left and right of the screen. There are layouts of our ships that are showing exactly what our components are and how they're damaged. Okay, so that went well. Okay, so now, search for survivors. Definitely doing that. And then we should search a radio room if we have time. Okay, now we're searching the radio room. But these are about to become not available anymore. Okay, now let's dismantle something. I don't know what we get out of that, but whatever. Oh, that went away. Search the crew cabins, I guess? Oh, we got an Empire Cross, which is a thing that I think we can give to people to earn their favor. Because there's a whole conversation mechanic, by the way, that we have not even started to explore. Wow, I'm coming in hot. Okay, let's just slow this down. Okay, it looks like there's a 70 that I can land on down there. Man, the amount of fuel it must take to keep these ships aloft is insane. They're just constantly firing these rocket engines, basically. I'm assuming that our main ship must be lighter than air, right? And that we're not actually constantly expending fuel just to stay aloft.
Touchdown confirmed.
Nice.
No landing. Good work, everyone.
So Sangatsu just showed up and says, this game looks complicated. And yes, that's kind of the point. It's like they make it deliberately about as complicated as actually trying to run, operate on a submarine, basically. These are basically air submarines. And they're trying to make it that complicated on purpose to give you that experience, which is, it works. You really feel it. But at the same time, if this isn't what you're looking for, then it is... They're just unabashedly not what you're looking for if you're looking for something that's extremely user-friendly. An incident in the city. Your presence is urgently requested at the main hatch. There's a large and agitated crowd of locals gathered below the ship. On the way there, you learn the reason for their outrage. One of your men started a fight in the city and killed someone in a Gosh-induced frenzy. The crowd falls silent as soon as they see your silhouette in the open hatch. They await your decision. Public trial. Your people are against insulting the Romanis. Okay, so my people will be mad if I do a public trial. But my people will be happy if I say that we are going to handle this internally. But the local people might be unhappy. So I'm actually a big fan of, holding soldiers to the same type of accounting that other people did. So I'm going to pick this even though my people won't like it. Okay, yeah, so I'm suffering consequences. Oh, wait, ooh. We've got new ships here that we can hire. Okay, so first let's go to the shipworks and repair this guy. Why is it offering me 2? What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what anything means. So this looks like it's a interceptor corvette. Okay, a light tanker retrofitted to carry equipment. She's simple, quite useful ship. Her range and speed make her equally useful as a long-range reconnaissance unit and as a tanker for a small task group. Okay, so this looks like this ship might have benefits for the fleet as a whole, but might not be like great in combat. Compared to this one, it's an interceptor corvette that's good for combat. Interesting. So you can see sort of the benefits listed, the roles that it has. So this one is about speed and signals intelligence and fuel, whereas this one is mostly about combat and speed. Let's grab this guy. And let's grab both. We just bought 2 ships for some reason. Oh, one thing I should definitely do is... Oh, they have supplies. Yeah, let's buy fuel too. Look at my money. My money is dropping precipitously. I'm going to be in huge trouble soon. Partly because... Okay, so... All right, so it says the Buffoon was seen 58 hours ago. Speed 140. Okay, so it's probably not... Okay, so I was chasing this diamond thinking that I was going to find the ship there because that's where the diamond is. The diamond is saying where the ship was. That ship is probably way the heck down this line now. Okay, so I came here because I wanted to try to take on one of those ships that can get me money. But unfortunately, I'm not actually in a position to do that.
Radar emission detected.
Ooh, the Illit reports a hostile radio signal. Okay, give me your advice. The Illit antennas detect enemy radar signals and calculate the approximate bearing to the target. The radar signal is a telltale sign of a considerably well-armed ship. If we're close enough to detect the radar signal, that means they're close enough to detect ours. I'd rather keep our radars quiet for now, Duke. Just to be clear, this button turns the squadron's radar systems on and off. So if I'm getting radar from them, they can hear my radar, which means I want to turn this off. So now I'm operating without radar. Rare modules, ship repairs, cheaper fuel. I'm going to need cheaper fuel. And then over here, this might get me signal information to help me find a transport to take down for money. So let's go here first, but we know we're close to cheaper fuel, and that'll be nice. Oh, wait a minute, no. Oh, I didn't stick around to finish repairing and refueling. I don't actually have enough fuel. Let's go over to the fuel place. Tarkin, sir, should we prepare a strike group? Nope. Let's just hit him with everything we got. Okay, fine, radio signal. What? Say, this radio game is interesting at first. Doing it a lot has its drawbacks. Right, I need to capture a radio room. This is all meaningless to me. Okay. Okay, so now I've got some new ships to try out. So let's try out the new Meteor and the new Skylark before we use the Wanderer. Okay, this is the Meteor. I don't really know what to expect from it. Do I have missiles? I don't know. What kind of volleys do I fire? I don't know. Wow, I'm fast! Wow, I'm fast! I've never been this fast. Okay, I just fired a missile because, I don't know. Okay, so this guy has, like, short, powerful volleys. Oh, what? I just collided with another ship. Well, that was garbage. No. We're not doing that. I don't care what it does to morale. I'm not gonna collide with someone and have to abandon ship. Let's try this again. Oh, Divinkun points out the Skylark doesn't have guns. You're probably right about that. That sounds like a thing. Okay. Did I get everybody? Oh no, there's the other ship. Okay, I was like, what happened? So you saw the thing with, like, the crew blacking out again. There we go. Okay, the Meteor's a pretty nice ship. Wow. Definitely glad I didn't just lose the ship for no reason. Okay, so always search for survivors. But, okay, the radio room is still a thing I want. Because that will hopefully give me an encryption key so I can understand radio broadcasts. We rescued 20 people! Yay! Okay. Oh, the radio room just blew up. What? No! Ah, stupid people that I rescued. Okay, we got some fuel. That's good. Okay, so yeah, let's... I forgot to finish repairing the Wanderer, so we're going to land 2 ships now. The Meteor and the Wanderer. This is not a repair station. Let's land the Meteor in that 20 and the Wanderer in the 31. Okay, so the Meteor is way less stable than the Wanderer. It's actually really hard to land. Wow. It just wants to roll over like crazy. But its engines are really powerful. But yeah, it just rolls like a crazy person. Okay, so. Wait, so yeah, so I'm actually usually I can't really easily propel myself upwards. Usually I only have barely enough thrust to just prevent my ships from falling. This guy can I can just rocket him back up to the main ship if I wanted to. Okay. So the Wanderer. Yeah, so I'm gonna land this one in that 62 because I think it was more damaged.
500 meters. 300 meters. 100 meters. Everyone get ready. Touchdown confirmed.
Whew, all right.
That's the landing. Good work, everyone.
So here in the shipworks, we're now going to actually remember to repair our vehicles. So I don't know why it's giving me 2 different... Maybe it's because I accidentally created an alternate version of an alternate model of the Wanderer, and so it's repairing it to that spec, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, let's grab cheaper fuel. And now we got to ask ourselves, like, okay, we didn't capture a radio room, so we're not going to be able to, like, try out new stuff with signals. I'm trying to see if there's much else we can accomplish this particular session. And I think maybe not. Maybe this is actually a good time to cut things off. We're sitting here safe at a fuel site. Well, let's actually make sure that I remember to stick around and finish my repairs. Okay, so my repairs are fixed. We're going to try to rest up and...
Radar emission detected.
Oh, crap. So there's an enemy coming from the southwest. I've already turned my radar off. So maybe they won't see me coming? Oh, that's getting real bad. Okay. Let's head down this way. And hope we can get away in time. We've turned off our radar, so they're close. Wow, okay. All right, we like the Meteor and the Wanderer. They're our favorites. The Skylark, Divankum is correct. We should leave the Skylark out of it because it doesn't have any guns. So Smug Rainbow Pony says, this game does a lot of things that I find very interesting. Shame the combat gameplay is not something I think I'd enjoy. It is pretty different from a lot of other things that I've done. So yeah, we'll try this. So yeah, I think this is going to be our last battle this session. So let's fire a missile at that guy.
The enemy has been destroyed.
I just accidentally fired a missile again. Oh, crap. That didn't go well. I just totally got hit by a missile. Let's get the meteor out of here. We managed to successfully take one person down. So I've got this weird inclination to treat the space bar like it's my thrust button. And I don't know why I do that. The shift key is my thrust button. That's completely reasonable. That's what a lot of games do. I don't know, but for some reason I keep hitting the space bar when I want to thrust. And that causes problems because the space bar is your missile launch button. See, I just hit the space bar. That's missile launch. Wow. So this guy is real serious about surviving. Doesn't have the greatest weapons, though. Pretty easy to dodge. Whew. All right. Victory. So Divankun says it's usually a bad idea to send the whole fleet in a city. You need to send fast ships to assault so garrison forces don't report your location. There's so much... Oh, crap. I need to... survivors isn't going to happen. Let's search the radio room.
Attention. Visual contact.
Oh, no. They're going to get us. We got to search this radio room. We've got something. Oh no, we're getting intercepted. Oh, what? No, how I can't aim this precisely. What are you even talking about? Okay, this is gonna be terrible. This is going to be the worst. We're probably gonna get killed right now. Let's see how this goes. Start with the Wanderer. Let's get near our retreat node because we're gonna need it. I don't know who these people are, but they're just gonna do terrible things to me. Okay. Oh, they just annihilated my missiles. Crap, 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 stop. Oh gosh, that was bad. Okay, that hit me too, didn't it? Okay, let's get the Wanderer out of here. Okay, so now we're somebody else. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. What the heck? And that ship is just lost. Okay. And this is the one that blacks out the crew. And they're just shooting my missiles out of the sky. My crew is blacking out because this ship has just crazy weird acceleration. can only do, like, minor damage to these people. No! No, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. So here's the meteor, which is already damaged from the previous effort. Suicide run from the meteor. I can't even aim my guns fast enough. The ship is moving so fast. I can't even aim my guns to keep up with my trajectory. We just lost an engine. And I cannot hit a single ship to save my life. Oh no, the meteor. Okay, what's left? Oh, my main ship? Is that all? They're just annihilating me. Okay, yeah. This is just bad. I'm kind of just doing this. I'm not serious about this. I'm just trying to see, like, if I can even... I can't... Okay, finally. I actually Wait, did I? No, I didn't destroy that ship. It just had a big explosion near it. That's all. Wow. I think this is a fitting end. This is a fitting end to the game. My flagship is going down. We've crashed. And now we've got the little fuel ship with no guns. Yay! Whee! Here we go. Oh, kamikaze! Oh no, I missed. Oh. No! No! Why have they not forced me to abandon ship yet? Oh, we have lost. That's fine. Game over. The commander of our squadron, Grand Duke Mark Sayati, is dead. I will assume command of the squadron in his stead. All surviving ships abandon the operation to seek shelter. I repeat, seek shelter. That is an order. There are several cities marked on the map. There must be a hidden city near them. If we can find that city and bring our remaining ships there, we're saved. Really? You can keep going? What? You completely die and you can keep going if you want to? What? I'm not going to. I'm going to end the campaign. So, so that's HighFleet. This game is ridiculous, right? Like, there's a lot of enjoyment to be had from these, like, crazy, weird, stormy battles with just stuff flying everywhere and huge explosions. You can barely control anything. And there's a thrill involved in that. And there's definitely this sort of fascination that it's easy to develop around, like, trying to actually use things like their radar effectively. But, holy crap, the game is difficult to understand and hard to control. So... this was a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know how likely I am to ever be any good at this game, unfortunately. But I'm so glad that somebody made it because, I mean, I don't know. Games like this, I mean, like, I don't have to necessarily be the ideal player for a game for me to, like, recognize it as being valuable and cool. And this game is valuable and cool, and I'm really glad that somebody made it and explored in this direction that not a lot of games explore. Even though, you know, I'm not good at it, and I had trouble understanding what was going on, and, you know, I didn't have probably enough patience to do all of the signals intelligence you need to do to be effective at this game. But, yeah, again, I'm just really, really glad that this game exists. So, anyway, if you want to subscribe to my channel and see other weird games, go ahead and click there. I will put more other weird games up here if you're watching later on YouTube. If you're watching me now, we might hang out a little bit longer before I have to go to work.